Ever since Attack on Titan 3 was revealed at the Game Awards, this instantly became my most anticipated anime game. I've been waiting years for a new Attack on Titan game, and honestly, from everything we've seen so far, it looks incredible. The graphics look amazing, the ODM gear gameplay looks faster and smoother than ever, the new animations are insane, they're finally covering the entire story from beginning to end, including the final season, something fans have wanted for years. Official previews also confirm refined movement, the 9 titans, and expanded character progression. Everything about this game screams dream Attack on Titan game. Until you hear about one thing: there is no online multiplayer at launch, and that's honestly heartbreaking. For me, Attack on Titan has always been one of those games that is perfect to play with friends. Imagine swinging through the skies together, taking down titans as a squad, fighting the colossal titan with your friends like in raids or something, creating your own scout regime online. That's what makes Attack on Titan feel alive. Instead, at launch, it looks like we'll only have offline single player. The official store pages currently only list offline play, and there hasn't been any confirmation that online co-op will be available when the game releases. And that's a problem that I actually have. That they didn't even announce if there would be multiplayer or wouldn't be multiplayer, so they didn't say anything about it. But when I did my research, I actually kind of came to a sad conclusion that it might never happen. Now, don't get me wrong, I still want to buy this game because it's an amazing single player game, but the catch here is that it was never really supposed to be a single player game in the first place, right? Because all the Attack on Titan games had multiplayer. Now, I've wanted this game ever since it was announced, but I can't help feeling disappointed. Because if this game launched with online co-op, I genuinely think it could become one of the greatest anime games ever made, if not the best, I'm not gonna lie. The worst part, we don't even know if online multiplayer is coming later. As I said before, we do not know if online multiplayer is coming. Maybe they're saving it for an update, maybe it's already in development, or maybe it never happens. Right now, nobody knows, and that's what worries me the most. I really hope Koei Tecmo surprises us before launch, because this game deserves an online mode. The gameplay already looks incredible, the movement looks better than ever, the combat looks satisfying, we all know that. Everything is there to make this the perfect anime game, and not only anime game, to make this the perfect Attack on Titan game. It just feels like one final piece is missing. So what do you guys think? Is the lack of online multiplayer a deal breaker, or are you still buying Attack on Titan 3 on day one? Let me know in the comments, because I'm really curious to hear what everyone thinks about this. And if online does get announced before launch, I'll be the first person celebrating. And the reason I make this video is because I want everyone to know that there is no multiplayer, because they were kind of gatekeeping the fact that there was no multiplayer. You really have to do your research for this kind of, I mean, it's not hard research, but you just need to do a little bit of research to realize that there is no multiplayer at all. Some people, they might say, oh, I don't care about the multiplayer, this and that. But if your goal really was to like play with friends and be excited, like be your own character, play together with friends like the previous games kind of, but then in 4K, better graphics, better gameplay, way cooler, because the other games are of course outdated. If you really wanted that, then I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen on launch. And a lot of people, they start coping with, oh, there might come DLC, or they might add it later on, like they did with the first game, such as adding missions that you can play together and stuff. But I don't know. I have a feeling that it's not gonna happen soon. But if they do it, it's gonna be an absolute blast of a game. But I hope that they still wanna add multiplayer, because their goal was actually to make a single player game. And if their goal was to make a single player game out of AOT 3, then they had no goals in making multiplayer. You gotta think about that. Like the software that they make, the game that they make, everything is based on single player gameplay. So a multiplayer mode would be something completely different. That also takes a long time to make, a lot of effort, and this and that, right? And to do that free, yeah, we're probably gonna have to pay for that if they really add multiplayer as DLC, you know? So it's kind of catchy, and I still hold hope, because they haven't announced anything, or they haven't said anything about there won't be multiplayer. But I think that if a lot of people ask this, they might tweet or say something like, oh, we won't have multiplayer for this game, simple like that. And then we know, like, oh, it's not gonna be there's not gonna be no multiplayer. But right now they kind of did this dirty, and they didn't even tell us, like, Is there going to be multiplayer or is there not going to be multiplayer? They didn't even tell us. Now I hope that they actually want to go all out and go all crazy, and that their plan is to just launch it single player so everybody play the single player mode and everything, and then after 6 months or like a year after something, maybe a year after, that they then add a multiplayer as some DLC so the game doesn't die. I hope they actually do this. Don't forget to join the Kenshiro community, like and subscribe, and as always, until another one, peace.